Everybody, Golden Era Bookworm here. I've just received a massive load of probably at least 50 or so magazines from Health and Strength, which was the original journal of Nabba. That's right, the Nabba, which was the most prestigious which held the most prestigious competition in the world at the time, which was the Nabba Mr. Universe. Here we have magazines dating all the way from the 40s, the mid 40s, all the way up to the mid 80s. So a full history here of Health and Strength, a UK magazine, the original journal of Nabba. Here we have, for example, Health and Strength Annual from 1952, featuring, and John Park will be very, very interested in this, a special report on Reg Park's 1951 Mr. Universe competition win. If I can just find the page, there it is, showing his transformation over many years from the age of 20 to the age of 23. You see, he was already quite athletic at the age of 20. He had already been bodybuilding for 4 years there, and after so many more years, so 7 years of bodybuilding, winning the 1951 Mr. Universe. Beautiful. And there he is on the stage in a double biceps pose, everyone else watching. And I believe this is the famous photo that John Park often talks about, where Reg Park almost looks like I believe John said that when Reg Park was up on the stage, it was almost like an anticlimax. He felt that the best part of the 1951 Mr. Universe was actually the preparation for it. But it's a special 10-page report on Reg Park. I've never seen this before, and I'm really happy to be able to see this. Excuse me for a second. Sorry about that. And yeah, I've also got some really awesome copies here. 1946 Health and Strength, 1947, many different copies here, showing all the physical culturists of the time. These photos are very reminiscent of physical culture back then, with a lot of exhibitions, performers, especially at Muscle Beach, where they're all doing acrobatics. Back then, bodybuilding, physical culture was all about health and having fun, not like nowadays. And yeah, it was really just more wholesome, I think. This is a great cover of Steve Reeves on November the 4th, I believe, 1947, of Health and Strength. Beautiful gymnastics moves here on this cover from 1947. Beautiful physiques back then, very athletic, very strong. Weightlifting being shown here. Yeah, some fantastic covers, as I said. I could go through all of them in mine, and I might just do that. Some beautiful covers from Health and Strength. Here's an awesome cover of John Grimmick, I believe. Beautiful. Health and Strength, March 23rd, 1950. We have Manohar, very famous Indian Mr. Universe, the only Indian Mr. Universe on the cover here. And that, I believe, I think that might be Dan Lurie. I have to double check that. That's Tommy Kono, a very young Tommy Kono. We have some awesome covers here from 1953. Beautiful magazines. That one's unfortunately torn. And we have some more covers here. Very healthy, very strong, very athletic physiques. Another fantastic cover. These physiques, of course, are all, in my opinion, natural, strong. These guys don't look like they're on steroids. They just lifted hard. Look at that ribcage development. Let's just stop that for a second. Look at that ribcage development. That is coming from 20 rep squats and dumbbell pullovers. I mean, that is just phenomenal. Beautiful. Awesome covers here. I have no idea who these guys are, most of these guys. Just going through the covers very quickly. It almost looks like Irving Johnson, but a bigger version of him. Who else do we have here? Trying to see if there's any recognizable faces. I think that's Juan Ferrero. Yeah, I think that definitely is Juan Ferrero, famous bodybuilder from Bordeaux in Spain from the 1950s. Here we have a Mr. Universe. What's his name? If I can just quickly turn. Cover man, El Maynard, of course, El Maynard. Very famous bodybuilder from the 50s as well. Now we move on to the 1960s, where the layout changes for health and strength. Again, we have some very rugged physiques here. I forgot who this guy is. He's a Malaysian. I think his name was Chang. Some awesome covers here of health and strength. And then we jump to 1968. Now this is Franz Dissinger, who was, I believe, Arnold's training partner in Germany. And I believe maybe he was on Dianabol at the time. You can tell the difference when someone starts taking Dianabol. Yeah, mid to late 70s, definitely Dianabol. Yeah, Franz Dissinger, Junior Mr. Germany, 1967, training with Arnold Schwarzenegger. And then we move on to the late 70s, some really nice covers here. Bertel Fox and others. And of course then the 1980s. Definitely we can see some steroid use now, but still the physiques were very classic, very athletic physiques back then. Still classic, you know, still functional. This guy was awesome. This I forgot his name. Oh yeah, it's it. Edward Kowak. Wonderful physique, wonderful physique. Chris Dickerson. Bertel Fox. Brutal Bertel. This is Bill March from memory. Oh no, sorry, Bill Richardson, my mistake. Some gorgeous looking 80s girl. Don't know who she is, but still fantastic physiques back then with female bodybuilding. The women still looked like women back then. Of course, we have the legendary Samir Bannout, 1983 Mr. Olympia, fresh from his Olympia winning, looking phenomenal, Samir Bannout. Don't know who these guys are. No idea. Tom Platz here. It kind of looks like Eddie Murphy doing some bicep curls. And yeah, these are the final editions, I believe, of Health and Strength. That's Gary Stridham. And yeah, we've got Bill Pearl. I think the magazine stopped producing magazines issues in April of 2018. It's been almost 1.5 years since any magazines have been done. That's the final issue, as far as I'm concerned, as far as I'm aware. So I hope you've enjoyed looking at this small collection of Health and Strength that I just received in the mail. Very vintage magazines. I only tend to collect till about the mid-80s, before the mass monsters came, because I'm not really interested in that part of the phase when insulin and human growth hormone came into play. It's just too much. I think it was just too much. It's overdone. I don't think it's classic bodybuilding anymore, but that's just my own opinion. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video on my acquired magazines from Health and Strength, a wonderful collection. If you've enjoyed watching the video, please give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't to the Golden Era Bookworm. Leave me a comment and thank you for watching. If you'd like to continue supporting my research, my work, my acquisition of these old magazines to bring this information forth to you, please donate via PayPal. You can also become a patron. Visit my website, www.goldenerabookworm.com, for out-of-print books and courses on old school bodybuilding, and you can take full advantage of my collaboration with Old School Labs using Bookworm 12 for a 12% discount of all their products, and with NSP Nutrition GEB20 for a 20% discount of all their products. Just visit their websites. And if you want to pass on your books and magazines, please get in touch with me via email. Anyway, that's it. This is the Golden Era Bookworm. Bye for now.